Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review, for the Braxton Season 1, Episode 5. Happy birthday, Traci. Child, I swear, I promise y'all, I did not think when the Braxtons came back, it would be such a Traci heavy filled episode, every single episode. At the end of every episode, they say the season's dedicated to Traci. Maybe this show was really supposed to be only about Traci, okay? Now, we ain't seen Traci other friends or Traci husband, okay? But I'm just saying, we seeing the sisters and it's Traci. And I'm not trying to be mean about it, but child, it's getting sad or whatever. But look, y'all know first things first, and make sure you've already subscribed to my channel. Make sure to like the video, okay? Comment in the comment section. Please also share this video and stuff. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok, okay? I also reviewed the latest episode of Love After Lockup. It was a good episode, y'all. Had to fuss some people out, okay? So that's up on my channel, okay? We also discussed Tamar little 60-day divorce and stuff. Her and little Junior, had a good old live chat. Okay, so go around back there and watch that too. It's up on my channel, okay? But again, it's stuff and stuff and stuff up, okay? Okay. Yeah, okay. And we're here. Now it is currently 1:16 in the morning. It's my birthday. Okay. 1:16. But I do not know if y'all gonna probably get this, sometime around Sunday morning, 11, maybe noon or whatnot. Okay. I have to still get into Love and Marriage Huntsville and also Detroit. Those will be up sometime Sunday and or Monday. Okay. I might go live today too. Meeting on Sunday, for a bit of a little gossip chat, but I don't know. Okay. Now it's late. I'm here. Hey, okay, I look a little mess and my hair is all whatever. I got my little hoodie on. Don't judge me, judge yourself. Okay, leave me be. Anyway, this episode, look, Traci's birthday was coming up or whatever, and so they were discussing her birthday, her heavenly birthday and stuff like that, and how they felt and blah 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 bloop. Okay, now I am still a firm believer that one or all of these sisters is still using Traci as their storyline, but maybe this season is all about grief. Okay, now. And it's not, I feel like it's not that anyone, or at least I can say myself, it's not that I feel like let's just forget about Traci. Let's forget about Traci and move on. It's not that, but I feel like what else do they talk about? Like, what else has they been talking about for the past 2 years beside Traci passing away that made it so that once they started filming the show, that was all they discussed. So it's like, did they spend the past 2 years not discussing losing Traci? And because they're all now in the same orbit, they have to discuss losing Traci. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Okay. But either way it go, the episode picked up where the last one left off. And Towanda and her boyfriend, other boy man, Vaughn and Trina, and then the production guy, whatever. And Towanda is going off. Okay, she's fussing at production about them, thinking about or contemplating having Big Kevin film with Little Kevin and they daddy. Now, in my opinion, the Braxton women do not have a history of having good relationships with their sisters' men. Okay? No one ever really they didn't really like Gay. They didn't like Andre. They, what I'm saying? They can't, what I'm saying? It was just like, you didn't like Birdman. So I feel like I still feel like there could have and should have been some kind of scene, because they could have shot the scene and just cut it out if Kevin, went off the rails or whatever. And part of me still feel like Towanda, because it was mainly Towanda, being so headstrong, and I'm not gonna be actually bald-headed, being so headstrong and saying he will never film with us, never, never, never. Okay, Trina went on to say how, wasn't that because they didn't bring it. And I also feel like this scene, this scene right here, I feel like it was cut up. I mean, diced like tomatoes. Okay, shredded like some cheese. Cut, 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 cut. Because the conversation kept like switching between, in my opinion, the funeral stuff, the old stuff back in the day of them signing without Traci, the will. It was a lot of stuff, and I'm like, wait, what is they talking about? Okay, so it was cut up into pieces. You hear me? Because Trina then went on to say how it wasn't that we did not attend Traci's funeral. Traci didn't want a funeral, so we didn't attend what that Kevin held because Traci didn't want a funeral. Now my face looks so dry. I'm putting my hood on. I feel like I look like a crazy person. I still see the hood sometimes fixes things. I still feel like what I saw on YouTube that Big Kevin did, in my opinion, it wasn't a funeral. However, I also understand the ladies feeling like she didn't want a funeral and he had a service. I get both sides. I also just would not hold on to that because for what? If Traci is pissed at Big Kevin for having that memorial service to honor her, I know Traci gonna haunt that man forever. So I'm like, it's cool. It's the ponytail. It's cool because Traci gonna haunt that man if she feel like I told you don't do something. You did it anyway. I'm gonna haunt you for like I'm gonna haunt you. I'm going to make your pillows be flat for no reason. I'm gonna cut the water on and make it be cold and stuff. And that's like I'm a little bit tired. So, I feel like they're holding on to that. And I'm like, I think y'all need to let it go. But they don't ought to grieve, right? So, I don't know. Okay, Towanda, then she's pissed, or whatever. They don't want us to tell the truth. He don't want me to tell the truth, okay? Because Traci put in her will, okay, that she didn't want a funeral. So why would y'all want to film with him? He shouldn't. And I was like, we get it, Towanda. That's fine. And look, I am my sister's keeper. Absolutely. And I fully get wanting to respect and honor your sister when they're not there. At the same time, your sister had a spouse for 30 odd years. So everyone is trying to cope with a loss that no one knows how to fully cope with. Okay. But Towanda, to me, her anger came off more like I'm the one that's going to defend my sister. If he don't, and I was like, calm down, Towanda. Calm down. Because that's still your nephew daddy. I'm just saying. Anyway, so again, they was talking back and forth or whatever. This platform is only for people who respected my sister wishes. It's only for those who respected what Traci wanted. Okay, I was fighting for Traci when she was alive. I'm gonna fight for Traci forever. I will always fight for Traci till the day I die. And that is great. And I don't want anyone to think I'm saying Towanda should not be standing up and defending her sister's honor. But I also feel like it's coming off like, why y'all beefing with that lady husband? I mean, was Traci and Big Kevin beefing in the evening? We just don't know. And that's why he getting all this smoke. Because once I'm dead and I'm cremated, if you have a memorial service, bitch, I don't care. I don't care. It's cold today, y'all. If Traci's thing was, I don't want anyone looking down on me, you can't look down upon me if I'm dead in the crematorium in an urn. But I'm leave that be. Okay. But then Towanda kept on saying, and they wanted to, no, Traci said, not Traci, Trina, we signed a contract in 2009. This show started in 2011, okay? And when the show aired, the people labeled Traci the wannabe. The people labeled her that, and they played with that little thing of her being the wannabe, and then they fed that narrative or whatever, and then they act like we left Traci. We didn't leave Traci. She got again. It was so much cut up. I was like, how we go from a funeral to y'all never left Traci to, little her when she was pregnant with little Kevin. I'm like, is we going from past, present, and future? I was so confused. Again, it was stuff that was cut up a lot and whatnot. Okay. Now, over the years, we've always heard Traci verbatimly say, is that a word? It is say, how she felt once she got pregnant with little Kevin, her sisters left her, signed that contract, and they went and did their thing or whatever. And that was, now she had said that before on multiple occasions on this show, that show, and blah blah blah. Okay. So I felt like if that wasn't true, why did we never hear about that before? I'm just asking. Okay. So Towanda, oh, she booked now. Because that ain't true. That ain't true. Okay. They then say, yes, Traci got pregnant, but she knew we would take the deal anyway. We signed the deal. We then did, part of the tour with the Vandross. Could not do the second leg of the tour because Tony took us on tour with her overseas and whatnot. Okay. And when we went in tour with Tony as her background singers, Traci was there. And I said, Towanda and Trina, I fully get y'all saying all of that, but I also feel like if Destiny Child signed a deal as a group and then Beyonce became Beyonce, that's two different things. You know what I'm saying? My point is, they're saying, well, we didn't leave Traci because when we went and sang back up for Tony, Traci was there. I think Traci point has always been when y'all went as a group to be the Braxtons, I was not involved. That's what she was left out of. Being Tony's background or doo-wop pop boot singers, I don't think she cared, about that. That's not what the record that was for. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I don't know. Now, I don't recall them ever saying, well, yeah, we all toured with Tony. And Traci sang with the Braxtons then. They've always said when doing the background for Tony, they sang. But again, I was like, why y'all bucking this hard about this? And then Towanda saying, it's been this BS narrative and the truth was never told. Okay. But I was like, is she talking about the funeral stuff, the Kevin stuff, the old contract stuff, the WeTV somebody called them first to wannabe? I was confused on what fake narrative, what truth were never told. She said, our truths are never told or whatever, and we don't like putting our business out there and whatnot. Okay, but this time I'm like, so you clean up stuff about Traci, and I was so confused. Okay, again, it was a cut up scene to me to fit some narrative that I'm still a bit confused on. Okay, because you can't start talking about how y'all didn't leave her and then jog over to, there's a narrative of we're gonna always defend the family. Traci ended up being a successful solo artist and an actress or whatever, and we the family was always there to support her in her corner. And I'm like, but Traci was the one saying that y'all wasn't supportive to her. So I'm like, it's not Traci dead. So y'all saying all this stuff now and Traci dead. But I was like, I could have swore we've had these exact same conversations in the past. And this wasn't the narrative or the actions, the comments from her sisters. So has We TV been muting y'all for the past 15 years? And now they're not muting y'all? I was confused. Okay. Now I'm not saying Traci did not become did not have a solo career and was acting. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we not gonna act like the narrative that we saw for years came from y'all own mouths. I'm just saying. And the men that's sitting there, child, this sitting on the dock of the bay. Anyway, we did to see Tamar. Tamar is a little child. Tamar is in the studio, working. It was some song, it was a song out called Notice Me. Tamar said it went #1. I feel like only her diehard fans maybe know. I don't know. I never heard. I maybe saw like a snippet on TikTok one time, or maybe on Tamar page. I don't know the song, but she said the song went #1 and how grateful she is, how happy she is. She's working with a producer who used to work with Traci as well. And he said, well, yeah, I knew Traci, and she told me once she knew I was working with you to, do right by you, she'll beat me up. And I'm like, well, that's good. But again, it's this undertone of everything connects to Traci. The producer, the this and the that. I guess so. Okay. And he's like, Traci was so proud of you, And I said, okay, it's close to Traci's birthday and whatnot. So Tamar, I'm sad because my sister's birthday coming up. And so I'm sad. So I'm in the studio with my glasses on. I'm sad. At one point, she was laying down on the couch, all in a little ball, all sad or whatever. We then seen her FaceTime Vince because she said Vince is like family forever and ever, whatever. And Vince is a great producer. He has a great ear, so I let him hear all my music. Meaning Vince is still helping her behind the scenes, not like in any real on her team capacity. As a baby did, it's her ex-husband. So she said, I always play him, my songs, I'm saying, because again, he's amazing. And, when she then said, because our parents showed us that even if you're not romantically involved with a person, you can still have respect for them and come. I said, who parents? Y'all parents? Because your mom and daddy been beefing for years. I mean, I guess so, child. Maybe they showed that by other people, not by themselves. Okay. But Tamar then sings some lines from a song. I think she's really working on that album. Look, Tamar's a great singer. She's somebody gets on my goddamn nerves. But let's see what the next album looks like and take it from there. But yeah, but she'll sit up there, oh my God, Traci's birthday's coming up. I'm sad, this sucks. And it does. The first few years of stuff after you lose someone close sucks. Their birthdays, holidays, and the day that they pass away. Those are the harder days. When people be around here, they be gone. So it'd be really sad. Trina, Towanda, Tamar, and Miss E meet up, okay, to talk about what happened in Maryland. Okay. Now y'all know, child, what am I talking about? Tony is always gone. You hear me? Tamar, when she was, talking with Carlos King, and Tamar said how she is a friend of the show. Technically, so was Tony. But Tony be booked and busy. Tony be around here at events, at concerts, because she's working. So I'm like, truthfully, child, Tony is a true friend of, okay, because she barely be around here, okay? Anyway, when Towanda brought up how her and Tamar have not seen each other in person since the whole grief counseling, meeting, which we found out was 3 weeks prior, and I was like, this is the thing, okay? Towanda and Tamar, they love each other. But I also feel like they are not the kind of sisters that talk regularly. I don't. When Towanda said at one point, like if Tamar reaches out, if she calls, texts, or whatever, if she needs me, I'm always there for her. Meaning Tamar is not a person that I am talking to, hanging out with, and communicating with every day on any kind of regular basis. And to me, that's fine. Okay, it does not mean they don't love each other. It just means they are not in each other's life on an everyday basis. But if Tamar wig falls off and she needs some glue, and Towanda is around the corner, Towanda will probably bring her some wig glue. I don't know if Towanda got wigs. Anyway, so it was on that. They tell Mommy and Tamar about, the Maryland trip or whatever. Look, Kevin, and letting look Kevin telling them he feel like his daddy, it's like they're at odds a little bit. Because Big Kevin feel like, you know, maybe Traci was not in her best mind when she signed everything over to look up. Now I know I've been hearing rumblings that somebody tried to pay to get a copy of Traci's will and they were reading things or whatever. I don't feel like I want to do that, even though when people have like divorces, we read the divorce details. But I'm like, you know, um, yeah, it's out there, but I don't really care to, because look, they was saying it wasn't that Big Kevin didn't get nothing; he got some stuff, and how little Kevin has got like control of like her like this and that kind of stuff. So it wasn't that didn't give Big Kevin anything, and I never said she didn't give him anything. I just said he put she puts little Kevin in charge of things over Big Kevin. But I always felt like Big Kevin got something. It's just he don't have control. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but when they tell him, hey, look, Kevin feel like, the daddy is tripping or whatever, and maybe Traci was in her right mind. Um, and that's why things, he would because he was shocked about what happened. Now I'm also a firm believer in Traci. If Traci did not trust Big Kevin, that's sad. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what her reasoning was for not having some kind of conversation with Big Kevin, especially knowing I'm dying. And once I'm dead, little Kevin has to deal with, the anger of his daddy. So a part of me feel like a part of it is like, why not prepare them for it? So that way, one, Big Kevin ain't, too thrown off. He knows it's coming. And little Kevin knows he had to step up his game or whatever. So I don't know. That's something that we can figure out because Traci's gone at this point in time. But Mama E say, look, Traci knew exactly what she was doing, what she wanted. Matter of fact, we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I knew that she wanted, little Kevin to do things, okay? And I asked her, like, do you think little Kevin will be able to handle, the pushback, will he be strong enough to handle the pushback from daddy? And she said, and Traci said to me, Mommy, this will give Kevin some balls. My baby, my son has to grow up when it comes to dad. And I fully get that. I fully get that. I had said before, in my opinion, little Kevin has been babied. And I don't mean that in any rude way or whatever, but he was only child. It was just, this shelter. You know what I'm saying? And his mom was his best friend, and I fully get that. So it's like maybe this was Traci's way of trying to still mother him from the grave. Like, you gonna grow some balls when I'm dead, son, because you have to deal with your daddy and this shit right here, okay? So I'm like, is that what it was? Whatever. But then Mama E said, Traci knew exactly what she was doing, and she knew it'll be pushback. Hence why she had the lawyer recording things as well, but also talking to her mama. But again, Traci talked to everybody about this, except Big Kevin. Child. Anyway, Mommy said, I just told her, baby, do what you need to do. Okay? Period. If you know your son need a backbone because of daddy, do what you need to do. You hear me? Anyway, and when Tamar said, Mommy, is this conversation like too much for you? She was like, no, I'm okay. I'm fine. Tamar felt like, a parent losing a child is hard. So I was like, child, there is no conversation harder than that of your child being dead. However, this conversation is just a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this is any harder than the fact of losing her. But I get her thinking maybe, we don't want to overwhelm mommy and stuff, whatever. But mom's like, no, I'm fine, girl. It's okay. They then decide to have a birthday party celebration for Traci because they keep saying how Traci's, you know, 2-year heavenly birthday is coming up. We see child Vaughn and Trina had a little dates. I'm not date, a family outing with Trina's sons. Trina had 2 sons. The one son that's in the black and gray, he is married. He's been married for 2 years and with a girl for 7. So they've been together for a total of 9. No, they've been married for 2 years and they were together for 7 years before that. So 9 years. So they went like act on or whatever. Trina is being pushy because Trina keeps saying, y'all should have kids. I want grandkids, knock somebody up. I was like, Trina, sit your ass down, okay? When Trina walked away from saying, y'all got babies, I want to be a grandmother. Levon said, look, if you both feel like you do not want children, that's fine. That's your decision. However, if you get someone pregnant, you not want kids won't matter, okay? Because it won't be you making the decision, okay? If you know you don't want kids, for a fact, the only way to be sure you don't have kids is to have a vasectomy, okay? Because if the lady you with gets pregnant, it will be her decision on if the baby's born. You can't then say, well, I don't want kids because the person's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? To me, that is solid advice to say to somebody, if you know what you don't want, this is your option, okay? Because if you knock somebody up, you are then out of control. You can't control what happened, So do what you're gonna do, okay? And I said I fully agree with that because it's as long as the person you're with also doesn't want kids and they're okay with you getting snipped. It's different if you say I don't want no kids, but you marry someone under false pretense and let them think, yeah, I'm a baby, and they don't know. Well, no, he didn't have snipped. Okay, so Vaughn's advice saying if that's your decision, if you do not want kids, you have to get snipped. That's the only way to do it. Okay. And later on when we see Trina and Vaughn like on a little um park date or whatever, she again brings up how she wants to be a grandmother or whatever. She wish she could be a grandma. That one of her sons would give her, grandkids or whatever. And Vaughn said them kids are adamant that they do not want kids. Like they are like they don't want them. And then so I told her you don't want kids, get snipped. You did what? Now why would you do that? Okay. I don't. She said he went too far. Like I don't like the fact that he told them that, okay, they should just wear condoms, okay, because they may want kids. Like not Gary points, and they may want kids later. So having a little snip really won't help that. Well, anyway, men can get it reversed, okay. Anyway, but Vine said, "Look, you can't try to influence or force them to have children. If they made a decision, you have to leave it alone. Okay. Now Vi has a very stern voice. So I fully understand why people feel like he be mean or whatever. I just think that's how he is. I think that's just how his voice is. Because I'm like, I don't think he's being mean, but I could be tripping. He was like, look, you can't force it on him. And she said, well, what? I just hope maybe a woman, maybe a woman might, because pillow talk is a lot, okay? Maybe the woman will pillow talk them, and then later on they won't kids. Well, I hope that. And I was like, look, we have to respect the fact that someone says, I don't want kids. Because when we as women say we don't want children, people have to respect that as what we want. So I think the same way the kids don't want kids, yes, accept it. Now, could they just wear condoms? Sure. Okay. But if I'm married, okay, and if me and my husband don't want kids, get snipped, husband. because then we can have all the raw sex. Okay. Anyway, the other son ain't married, but he's got a girlfriend. But but in my opinion, Vaughn is right. If you are a man and you do not want children, but you're not abstaining from sex, you can, even if you use a condom, there's a chance you can get somebody pregnant. Okay. So if you don't want children and you don't want to be stuck with kids that you don't want get snipped, I'm like, that's really true. You know what I'm saying? Period. Even for women, for us women, if we don't want to have kids and we don't want to have a hysterectomy, whatever, or tubes tied, bang somebody who got a vasectomy. Okay, good old raw sex and no babies. But again, it's everyone's choice if they do or do not want children. But once you as a man has knocked up a woman, okay, and now she's pregnant, your choice doesn't matter. Because even if you did not want kids and you accidentally knocked me up, I could still say, you know what? I want to have this baby. And then guess what? The man's up. Either the man is now stuck with a kid, or the woman is stuck being a single mom without any help because the guy would say, I told her I didn't want no kid. You know what I'm saying? Child is bad. Anyway, they have this birthday celebration for Traci. It was a small family event. Okay, let's see. We see Mama E right there. Okay, with little Kevin. Okay, we see Trina and her son. So it's well, next to little Kevin is Trina's one of Trina's sons. Then Trina, then Trina's other son. Okay. Then some white girl. Now that white girl that I don't know who she is. She's probably a family friend. Okay. On the other side, we see Towanda, her daughter, her son, and then a family friend who was the friend. I'm looking at with Gloria, who like was a Deborah. I don't know. But she's one that like stopped her life to go be with Traci her last few months or weeks of living. When I take her out there at one point in time too, but I didn't have any pictures of her. But Tamar said like last year, this is because it's her second heavenly birthday. She said last year was very, very somber. It was like a funeral because last year Traci passed away. I can't say her birthday on here. Traci birthday is like in March, and she died in April. So again, it was when the last year. It was a few weeks. Her birthday was a few weeks after her funeral, and that's her dying. So that was sad. So they wanted this time to be more upbeat. And I said, "This child." They had a harpist playing slow mute. I was like, "What kind of? This is a sad. Now this is a sad memorial." Okay, what Big Kevin had was a more of a celebration for Traci than this. Anyway, Tony ain't there. Tony ain't never there. Tony in France somewhere, whatever. Okay. Towanda flew in. Look, Kevin to surprise the family. They ain't seen them in a little minute in person, of course. They then sitting around having a good old time. Where's that? They sitting around having a good old time, and the lady sitting next to Towanda, that is the friend. Her name is Denise. Her name is Denise. But they sitting around eating some little crab and whatnot. Okay. And then Tamar then asked the niece, "Hey, what made you stop your life and fully be there for Traci, daily, in her last days or whatever?" And Denise said, "Well, Traci has said at one point, and she's like a family friend. She's like, Traci had said at one point that she didn't want to be alone. So I said, I made the decision to not let her be alone. So I just did it. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like when you know someone is dying, say don't have, or they got a month to live, you kind of can figure, okay, I can, what can I do financially and be okay financially, and then help said friend for a month. Okay, so she did what she had to do. Okay, and then at this point, Tamar made it about her. I said, Lord, see, wrong road. And I know, I feel like some people may think, oh, well, it's up, she should be. First of all, at the birthday celebration for my dear sister, I don't really want to discuss, well, I know she the one that died or whatever, but I'm saying Tamar then made it seem as if Denise was saying, well, I just made the choice to be there, because what other choice was it? I think a part of it in my head felt like Tamar felt offended that, oh, somebody else stopped their life to be there for Traci, as if I didn't do it because I didn't want to. Because she then said, well, when I got there, that's when I found out. I did not. She said, I did not show up because I just didn't want to. I didn't find out until the last moment that she was, gravely, ill. And I found out by mistake. I remember Traci came to my house weeks prior, helped move my closet or whatever. And I feel like Tamar is not saying that she did not know Traci was sick. She wasn't saying she did not know Traci had cancer. Tamar is saying, I didn't know that she was like in hospice dying. I didn't know that part of it. Okay. So I just want to make sure, and I'm thinking that's what she meant. Okay. So she said, she was at the house helping my closet. And at one point I seen mommy was weeping, crying. I'm like, what's wrong with you? And mom said, I'm not at liberty to tell you. I can't tell you because Traci told them not to tell Tamar. And Tamar said, because she did not know why mommy was crying, I called I called Towanda, I called Trina, I called Tony, I called Mikey, I called it. Now she didn't say she called Traci, but I called everybody else to figure out what was wrong, and no one would tell me nothing. Okay, no one told me shit. Okay, and she said then one day at the house, at the living room with the hospice doctor, who then said out loud, she has about 2 weeks to live. And that's how she found out that Traci was dying, that she was in hospice and she was that sick. And so I felt like Tamar has a right to her feelings, but I also feel like Tamar also has ways of making things about her. To me, having this conversation at Traci's birthday celebration made it about Tamar, how she felt, and blah, blah, blue. And Tamar just said how I feel like it wasn't fair. I'm saying I lost time with my sister. As I think in her mind, Denise got extra time with my sister because she knew she was dying and I did not. And I don't think it's fair to me. And I'm like, I get that, but Tamar, ain't time right now. Okay. So Mama E then said, well, I couldn't tell you, baby, because Traci asked me not to tell you. Okay. And so I just honored her wishes to not tell you. But it wasn't. She said, well, I was the last to know. And no, everyone else did. She said, no, Tony. And she's like, no, Tony knew, mommy. She said, no, baby, not time. Okay. And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it was, I'm like, do it matter? Because, and I get it, you wish you knew to be around more. But a part of me also feel like if you know the person has cancer, be around in general. Trina then brings up well, what y'all at eyes? Like maybe your little at eyes or whatever. And I said, Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. Now to me, that was Trina's truth. Trina, because at one point Towanda chopped, they got up and walked away because Towanda was like, "That's Tamar's story. That's Tamar's stuff. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm gonna walk away." A part of me feel like Trina kept looking like, "Why are you acting dumb? Like, why Traci did not confide in you? At some point, over time, y'all were at odds. You know what I'm saying?" And no, we weren't. You know, so that I don't know. Okay. And then she said, but I told you before, like she was at my house helping with my closet. And she said, well, no, I mean, like not at that time specifically, before she died. But before that, y'all had been at odds. And look, when shot, and that's when Towanda got walked away. The producer died. The music guy who know both Traci and Tamar comes over because they like, well, he know, come on over, come on over. Trina didn't say, wasn't Tamar and Traci at odds or whatever. When we did that made you and her be at odds or whatever. He said, oh, yeah, like at the Howard show, right? And that was like before around the pandemic, right? See, right. So Tamar was a long time ago, and I feel like when Trina said, well, yeah, but she was mad for a while at you. You know, she was mad at you. I feel like, again, I remember when it first came out that Traci was sickly, like sick. And I remember Tamar making I think it may have been when Traci died. I remember Tamar making a post about being happy they got on better terms before she passed away, which lets me know, Tamar know that before Traci was gravely ill, her and Traci was not in the best place. I think that was Trina's point, and maybe because y'all weren't in the best place, she didn't want to tell you because it was, a lot going on or whatever. And I think Tamar took her as saying that as meaning Traci didn't love her, and I don't think that's what Trina meant. You know what I'm saying? Because in the confessional, Trina said they were at odds. Like we in family, it'd be some bullshit, it'd be some at odds. And it's a fact that Tamar and Traci were at odds. That's just what it is. Tamar, her own confessional says how, again, I feel like Tamar took that as someone saying Traci didn't love you. And I don't think that was Trina's point. When Tamar says how, well, me and Traci for sure had many moments of butting heads, okay? Many moments of being at odds, okay? So Trina's right. We did have many disagreements, but she loved me. And I said, I don't think anyone questioned if y'all love each other. I think the thing was maybe the reason she didn't tell you sooner was because y'all just were not in the best place. And it could be that she did not think, she would get gravely ill. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence said, I just wish I had more time with Traci in the space of us being on good terms, in space of us being good sisters, in a space of, great vibes and laughs and blah, blah, bloop, and not be left with this us being at odds shit that we had going on. And that's great. Everybody wants more time with a deceased loved one. Even if you're not at odds. You know what I'm saying? So I fully get her point. But I feel like Tamar was acting like she didn't know why Trina said. I was like, why she said it, because it's true. Okay. But it did not mean that Traci did not love Tamar and that Tamar did not love Traci. They love each other as sisters. Okay. So Trina then say, Tamar, do you know why she didn't tell you? Why do you feel she? Because would you want to say Tamar? And Tamar, I don't know. Friend Denise then said, well, I think I know she was going or whatever. She said, Traci had said she felt like she didn't want to bother people. She didn't want to give this burden to anybody else to carry. So she kind of did out of love for y'all to not, have y'all like so worried or whatever. And they all then eventually sang a happy birthday and dance around a little bit or whatever. I know on social media was going around like Tamar was. I don't think Tamar was right or wrong in this. I feel like Tamar just maybe has to admit you and Traci were not in the best of place, and so there could have been a reason she did not reach out. It does not mean that she did not love you, and it also could have meant that she just wanted to keep it to herself. The fact that Towanda knew or Trina knew, whatever, and if anyone else besides Tamar did not know, knew, and she did not. I get how she feel like everybody knew but me, bitch. What did I do? Where did I go wrong? Okay. And that can be a very sad feeling that you lost weeks, months, however much time with your sister because you did not know that she was, gravely ill. This is no tea, no shade to Tamar. If my sibling is fighting cancer, I don't need to know that you're terminally ill for me to try my best to spend as much time with you as possible. Even if it's not in person, even if I just call you every day to laugh, even if I just send you chows and spaghettios, even if it's just face, whatever it is, I feel like Tamar having to be told that Traci was going to be in hospice, but you knew she was sick. You know what I'm saying? Now, had the thing been, no one told me at all that Traci was even sick. So I had no clue I was losing my sister. But they all had said that Traci told, they knew when she was diagnosed about, they knew that. So I think again, Tamar thinks like she just didn't know if they said, oh, she got 2 weeks to live, and she didn't know that 6 months prior. I'm like, well, 6 months prior, she had 6 months. I don't know. Anyway, it's just a lot to take in, it's a tough thing to review this show because it's a lot of heavy topics or whatever, and everyone's trying their best to just make it through the day. Make it through the day. But what I will say is I need them to, because what is nothing else going on in anyone else's lives? Because where does Towanda work? Why we ain't seen Towanda at a job or at her entrepreneurship, whatever? I don't know what she do. What did she do? You know what I'm saying? Where's Tony's housekeeper? Where does Tamar live? Okay. Does Vaughn wash Trina's cars in the driveway? I just, what I'm saying? I just feel like we're not really getting, more. It's strictly, we miss Traci. She's been gone 2 years. And and I get it. But a part of me still feel like I need y'all to fix it. Step it on up. Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. That's all. Again, I have to still do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Also have to do Love and Marriage Detroit. So those will be up probably later on today or on Monday. We shall see. Okay. Y'all know there's other content up on my channel. I did do Love at the Lockup. We had some gospel chats earlier this week. Earlier this week. And I will possibly be live tonight, maybe around 5 or 6. I don't know. I gotta see. But y'all like the video, comment in the comment section, share the video as well. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. And y'all know to subscribe. Okay, it is currently 2 or 3 in the morning. I am tired. Okay, but y'all like the video. I gotta go. Bye.